Hey guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So this is our Bitcoin evening wrap up. So we'll go over to those charts. Range and stop first. You can see we've pretty much just been held within the middle time frame range and the short time frame range. Also directly in the middle of the actual larger time frame as well. So you can see we've not had a lot of action. We have had just a little bit of a breakout in volatility here. We had a move to the upside that was swiftly knocked down to the downside, obviously a liquidity hunt, and then a move down, and then what looked like a liquidity hunt down here also. And then don't be surprised if we are basically exactly around the 9,430 level pretty soon, for us to basically just stay there again for the next the next basically day. But yeah, so not a lot going on there. Over to our 4-hour chart to see what that is looking like. So yeah, again this morning I was saying it was looking like we could probably get a test down to around the 9,200 zone. Obviously we can still get that, but at the moment it's not looking as bad now, because obviously I was predicating that on the 12-hour Stokes coming down. But if you have a look through some of the other Stokes, we've got the 4-hour, which is now trending up nicely, the 8-hour, which is just about turning over, so that will obviously feed through into the 4-hour, and then hopefully flatline this and then start to move it back up if we can get back above 9,500. So yeah, we're at like a critical point now where we could we're obviously looking better than we were this morning, because we've managed to hold this level whilst the 12-hour Stokes have been making their way down. So now they're going to hopefully start curling up whilst we are maybe around this level. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, so marginally better than this morning. We done well. I am glad Bitcoin has held up this day, and not had the move down that I was looking at was likely. I mean, we may be having it now. This may be it. We may basically by the time you're watching this, we may be down around the 9,200 zone. But hey, it is obviously, as it stands, looking like a bit of a bearish candle. So it'll be a case of, will we get a continuation? I mean, I would expect. I mean, it won't be looking good. If we do basically get down to 9,300, I'd expect us to accelerate below 9,300 and then into this 9,200 zone. I would expect a bit of a bounce there, or a bit of support there, play this range out a bit, maybe break through it and then come back and test the underside, which obviously would be pretty bearish. But it's weekend price action, remember guys, so it's not always the most reliable to trade. But obviously if they want to push this market down, I mean, or even up, weekend's a better time to do it, because there's obviously less volume in the market. So yeah, so not really a lot else to say, because we haven't really done a lot today. I mean, if we go to the 1-hour chart, once it loads, go to the 1-hour chart, we're going to pretty much see how flat price action was today, barring this little bit of volatility that came up just now, literally just as we speak. Yeah, sorry about this. Here we go. I think it's gonna load in a second. Oh well, here I was gonna say, I mean, we pretty much can guess what it's gonna look like. I mean, yeah, look, we can see we just got this perfectly flat, almost perfectly flat price action, and then just this little bit of volatility just now that we're looking at. So obviously nothing like the volatility we had here. Look at that great hourly 9 candle there, though. You guys know that I don't particularly look at the hourly chart, but would have been a good one to look at there. But yeah, great hourly 9 and hourly reversal candle. So once we closed below this candle, you can pretty much see how we accelerated straight down. So that is as you guys know, with the TD sequential trades, that's exactly how I trade them. I wait for the close below, and then obviously that was when we had this spike down. So yeah, so obviously that 9 there though didn't make price go up, even though it was at support as well. But we never traded above that 9, never closed the candle above that 9 to trigger a buy trade, so you never would have been in a buy anyway. So yeah, so back to the 4-hour chart, just to see what's going on now. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see this next hour or so, see if we can get back into this zone and hold there, and price action calm down, or even break above it, or are we gonna take out basically take out this 9,300 and hope, well, I mean, I would hope we find some support down here, so we can then, well, then we can look like we're still respecting this ascending triangle, which is obviously will be very bullish long term if we do respect it, and then hopefully break out the top. But if we don't, I mean, maybe we are going to get wicks down to this 9,000 level, maybe, and then we'll get picked back up into the triangle, or are we just going to come all the way through? We'll have to see. I mean, I'm still leaning on, well, in the larger time frame, I am leaning towards just staying within this ascending triangle. A lot of it will depend on stock markets, and stock markets, as you can see, are weaker over this weekend, down 0.61%. So these aren't always the best thing to look at, though, based on where stock markets are going to open, because they can change, and they often do change before the open. You get these miraculous rallies into the actual open, but whilst at the weekend they may come down, that will potentially put a downward pressure on Bitcoin, potentially. So yeah, that's it really, guys. There's literally not much to say because not a lot's gone on. We're looking marginally better than we were this morning, just because we've hung in there with the descending 12-hour Stokes, which are potentially gonna hopefully turn up on around the next ticks. So fingers crossed for that. And then yeah, once we can confirm this low and start to make some upwards progress, we may be able to get some bullish trades. If we drop out of the triangle, we start confirming candles below 9,200. I think I mean we'll have some pretty good trades to take to the downside at various levels. So that's fine. That's fine as a trader. It just is what it is, isn't it? You can't just always hope to go up and trade up. You just got to trade where the market's going. Especially when the market's going down, I find they're the trades that you really do need to nail, because obviously you need to hedge your Bitcoin exposure, don't you? So you've got to make some extra Bitcoin to cover the fact that Bitcoin you have is going to be worth a bit less. But anyway, so right, that's it, guys, for today. Thanks for listening. Remember, it's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your research. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, and yeah, I will speak to you guys soon.